Hi, this is Olga, and today I wanted to show you how to make this Snowdrift Trivet. We will need cotton yarn. I was using Dishie worsted weight yarn, and I used two colors in white, and this color is Wisp, so the light blue color. And I was using a 5mm crochet hook for this pattern. So to start, we will chain 30 with our light blue color. So we have 30 chains, and now we start with the first row. The first row is just single crochet, so we work single crochets into each chain, starting from the second chain from the hook. So 1, 2, we work a single crochet here and into each chain stitch across. So just keep working single crochets into every chain stitch until the end of this row. So this is my last single crochet in the first row, and you should have 29 stitches in this row. Chain 1 and turn. For the second row, we work a single crochet into the first stitch. So in the first stitch here, the very first stitch, work a single crochet. Then we will start with bobble stitches. For the bobble stitch, we yarn over and work, insert our hook into the second stitch, yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2 loops only. So it's the same way you make a double crochet, but we just work half of the double crochet. So normally for the double crochet, you will need to yarn over and pull through 2 again. That will be a double crochet. We're not going to do the second part of the double crochet yet, only the first part of the double crochet. So yarn over again, insert your crochet hook into the second stitch, yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2 loops. Then we're going to repeat this step 4 more times, so it's 5 steps in total for the bobble stitch. Yarn over and insert into the same stitch again, and yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2 loops again. So that's number 2. We will have 5 of those half. It's not a half double crochet, but it's the first step of the double crochet. Again, yarn over and insert your hook in the same stitch, and yarn over and pull up a loop, and yarn over and pull through 2 again. So we've got 3. 2 more, yarn over in the same stitch, and yarn over and pull through 2. And last time, yarn over again in the same stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2. So we'll have 5 of those unfinished double crochets here, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 loops on your hook. Now we yarn over and pull through all the loops on your hook. So that's one bobble stitch. And for that bobble stitch to pop like this, we will need to crochet a single crochet next to the bobble stitch. So to insert your hook into the next stitch and work a single crochet. That's the way the whole pattern is worked. So we will alternate bobble stitches and single crochets. So we have a single crochet here. Now the next one is a bobble stitch again. Yarn over and insert your hook in the next stitch. And we're gonna do the same thing we did in the first bobble stitch, working 5 unfinished double crochets in the same stitch. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now we have 6 loops again on the hook, and we yarn over and pull through all the loops and work a single crochet next to it in the next stitch. So there you go. You will see the bobble stitches on the other side, so it's on this side here. So just keep going, continue working bobble stitches and single crochets, alternating until the end of this row. So again, the next one would be a bobble stitch here, and then single crochet here, and so on. So we yarn over, insert hook in the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, pull through 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So 5 times 5 unfinished double crochets, and then you yarn over and pull through all 6 loops and work a single crochet next to it. Again, yarn over, next bobble stitch, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Here I have 2 stitches left, so work a bobble stitch in the next stitch. That's my last bobble stitch in this row. And a single crochet in the last stitch here. Then chain 1 and turn. So you will see all the bobble stitches on the reverse side. The next row is single crochets into every stitch. So we chained 1 here in the beginning, and then now we just work single crochets in every stitch starting from the first one here. So that's the first single crochet, then here's the second one, that's the next. You'll see the stitches from the top better, so the V's on top you'll see that's a stitch here. Make sure that you go under both strands. Don't take any more of the bobble stitches. For example, here's like 3 or 4. Just go under the first 2 strands of the stitch. So, and just work single crochets in every stitch across this row. So again, I have 2 stitches left. I work single crochets in the last 2 stitches. That's the last one, single crochet. And here I'm not finishing the single crochet in the same color. I'll be using the white in the next row here, so I need to switch to the white color. I switch colors this way, so work again. This is our last stitch. Insert hook. This is the last single crochet. Yarn over and pull up a loop. Then I put this yarn on top of the crochet hook towards me, so that I have the yarn in front of me. And then I join the white color, pulling through all of those stitches, all of these loops. A slightly longer tail here. And then I will chain 1 straight away just to tighten this stitch, and I pull on all the yarn strands, all the yarns, just to tighten the transition here. And why I do this way, because I don't like long strands of yarn. So if I don't do that the way I did, I would have longer strands of yarn, which is in this case doesn't matter because I worked a border around the trivet. But if you don't want to have a border and it's actually more kind of clean, switching this way. So you can do it the way you like, but I just wanted to show you the way I do. For the next row, row 4 in white, so we chained 1 and we turn. We'll work a single crochet in the first stitch, and another single crochet in the next stitch, and then we start with bobble stitches, same as before. Yarn over and work a bobble stitch in the next stitch. Single crochet in next, and from here it's the same thing we did in the second row. So we're just alternating bobble stitches and single crochet stitches. The only difference is that we work 2 single crochets in the beginning, and in the second row it was just only 1 stitch, 1 single crochet, and then we started with bobble stitches. So that way the bobble stitches are slightly shifted to the other side, so they're not stacked on top of each other, but it has like a little bit of a different pattern here. So just continue working bobble stitches and single crochet stitches across this row as well. So I'm almost at the end of row 4, and this will be my last bobble stitch. And we still have 2 stitches left, and we work single crochets into each of those stitches. Single crochet next, and another single crochet in the last stitch. So the same the same way as we started. We started with 2 single crochets here in the beginning, and we end the row with 2 single crochets as well. Chain 1 for the next row and turn. And now we just work single crochets again, same as in row 3, all the way across the row. So single crochet into every stitch starting from the first one. So this is one, number 1. And work single crochets across. Make sure you still have 29 stitches in every row. So just finishing up this row, and this is my last single crochet, and we're going to change the color again the same way we did here. So in the last stitch, the last single crochet, yarn over and pull up a loop, and I'll put this yarn on top of the crochet hook, and I take my other color and yarn over and pull through all the loops on the hook and chain 1 straight away to lock it in. So in the next row we just repeat this row, row 2. It will be exactly the same. So row 2 started with chain 1, which we already did here, turn and work a single crochet in the first stitch, and then start with bobble stitches from the next stitch. So bobble stitch in the next, single crochet in the next, and so on. So repeat row 2 in light blue color. This will be, this is row 6 now. We're repeating row 2 in light blue. And in white, this is row 4. Row 4 will be repeated in white color. So the difference is the start and the end of each row. In light blue, we have only 1 single crochet at the end and in the beginning. And in the white bobble stitch row, we have 2 single crochets at the end and in the beginning. So that's the only difference. And in between the bobble stitch rows, we have always a single crochet row to go back to the starting point, and then switching colors here. So keep working until you have a square or whatever size you like to make, and then I'll see you later and I'll show you how to make a border if you like to make a border. So here I have 16 rows of bobble stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 16 rows, and that's a square. In this in the previous version I have 15 rows. I started with blue and I ended with blue as well, so it's slightly shorter. And the second version is slightly longer. I started with blue and I added 1 more row in white, and it's 16 rows, so it's up to you how many rows you want to make. I'm at the end of this row, so the last row is a single crochet row, and I can cut, so we don't need the blue color anymore, so I can cut the yarn here and we can weave it in later. And I will continue around the pot holder. If you want to make a border like here, just like a 1 round of single crochet stitches. So this is the last row, and then when you reach the last stitch, I chain 2 and I turn around to work on this side, and I work a single crochet in the same stitch, in the same corner stitch here. So we'll work 1 stitch per row because we have 2 rows per color, so it should be 2 stitches per color, so into every row. So we have one here, and the next one's going to be here, and the next one's going to be, you can kind of see the gaps where the next row is. The next one here, and the next one here. So that's, as you can see, 2 stitches white, 2 stitches blue, now 2 stitches white again, so one here, one here, and so on. So they are very easy to see. That's just the big gaps here. Just work into the gaps. That's the next one. That's the next one. And continue until the end of this side. And then when you reach the corner here, we'll do the same thing we did here. 1 stitch into the corner, chain 2, and then turn around. And this is my last stitch, and I will go right into the corner here, chain 2, and turn. We are going to work in the same stitch again to start this side, and then into every stitch after that. Here at the end of this row, the same thing. So this is our last stitch, chain 2, and turn to work on the side. Single crochet in the same stitch, and then we work the same way we did on this side, so 2 stitches per color. So we've done one here, we can just go right here, do the single crochet inside this gap, and then keep going here. And this is our last stitch here, and again chain 2 and slip stitch to first stitch, and that's it. So that's border is done. Now we can just cut the yarn and weave in all ends, and it's done.